and we're gonna be trying to take over the world again. Well, I mean China. We're here in Korea right now. Things are heating up around the map, but we'll deal with that after we win this battle. Now, Qin is a master magistrate, but he is even more masterful on the field of battle. And we're gonna crunch these dudes up. There's a lot of them, but they are made of tissue paper. They're going to get shot up pretty good, run down, beat up. Now, some of their reinforcements will be coming from this way, but we... I think we're gonna charge across and try to pop the first army, but... You know, actually, this feels better, doesn't it? But was this guy gonna be weaker? It doesn't matter. We'll fight this army. Yeah, but we're just gonna zoom over here. Yep. Caught him. And this is why you don't bring a bunch of guns to an even bigger gunfight. No, this is perfect. We're gonna be able to pop a fair amount of their reinforcements here while their other troops are far away. We'll already be engaging here. And I don't think that, yeah, they don't have yes, magnificent. They don't have any archers on this side, so we are going to prey upon them just wonderfully. And a fire arrow. We'll do like 2 of them, because you lose attack speed with them. You don't want to do too much, but yeah, they don't have any archers here at all. That. Now this charge bonus, we gotta get out of here. That's a lot of charge bonus. You gotta watch out for that, right? 200 charge bonus is too much to just eat. But there, we bounce off of them pretty good. And oh yeah, no, we're fighting a whole army over on this side. Good deal. Just start shooting at these Highland tribesmen. They've got ranged weapons too, yeah. But we're gonna run in here, hit them with a roar, shoot them up, hit them up. Where are our horses? Getting on them there, and now these flanking forces come in, but just in time for our guys to come right in on them, and of course, hidden axes on the flanks. Very good at getting it done. These guys need to engage here. We're going to be able to sweep over on this side, of course. And while they're about to, yeah, finally make their way in, it is all right because we're going to charge here. And rear charge here and get in here. Try to get this fella in here. The thing about our troops is they're really quite good at fighting. Our archers aren't like afraid of this contact. We need to get our red cab over here though, because the hero, even, yeah, he's got the gilded turtle. You can't just let him turtle up on everybody. But these fools are going to be running. And our archers, of course, now are going to be able to go like so. Because, yeah, the King of Korea is showing up now. This dude wants to duel Nandu. I think we take that fight. Like, yeah, he's like a strategist. He's like a fancy strategist, but still. Nandu is going to demolish him. He is a vanguard who has tenacity of steel. He's got big armor. This dude doesn't have big armor piercing. we're going to win this fight very handily. But, you know, he must have felt like he needed to make a move. They're still jockeying around here. This guy is not invisible. That's good to see. I think maybe some Koreans are still invisible. We're going to need to test that. But here we get in, getting the golden sword beat down. Get in here, and... Oh yeah, look at that. We absolutely pop off, and he just starts deleting this guy once everything leads up. We need to... get back into position here. Because the thing about our sword... Yeah, our sworn blades have taken basically no... They're so good. The Wuhuan defenders are amazing. The sworn blades are so good. We're barely getting beat up. And that's what superior troop quality is all about, right? Like, he would do okay in a duel, but he's not, like, monstrous in them like Namnu is, so we figured that would be the right move, and it was. Anybody else want to go? So I'm not afraid of any of them. They don't have good enough weapons to be afraid of. He actually has... What's the great axe? I'm like, I mean, he would do some work, but... Yeah, the duel we want is with the big guy. We'll take this one too, though, because the strategist duel, we'll take that. But we... run forward now, and of course the... oh, we've got these guys turned back, but that is alright. The beauty of the Swiftfoot Archers is fire while moving allows you to take a situation like this where, you know, we got a little bit out of position, just a little bit. We're gonna go this way, yes, and then these guys can meet them. We're good. These are just the axe militia that are behind us. It's not the end of the world. But we need to get... Oh, he's still on foot. Well, that's good. Because the thing is that this dude is going to lose. And as soon as we make contact there, we'll be fine. We're going to charge in here. And charge in here. Because our archers are amazing fighters, actually. They're not, like, totally bonkers, but they're far better than I think these people were prepared to deal with. And now we just sweep in this way. We need the red cab over here. Nanu Image is victorious. Good. And I think we got the full army that came in from this side already. Oh, Qinggong could have been making a huge difference over here. It's alright. Did Hidden Axes have stinking firewall move in too? And this guy wants to duel? Yeah, we're gonna do this duel too. Nanu's gonna become one of my favorite guys before this is all said and done, alright. Nanu's gonna just win 3 duels and then show up all the stronger for it. Why? Because Tenacity of Steel, plus high armor, plus the Imperial G, the G of the Imperial Guard. The G of the Imperial Guard is considerably better than it has any right to be. Let no unkind power hear me and take away the power of the G of the Imperial Guard. Oh, it's like our red cab, they tried to fulfill my orders, but what they actually did was... charge through the spears. It's alright. A couple of them got back here because, you know, with our morale, they got 350 kills. They're still fighting. And now, even with 10 of them on him, you know, because he's an evasive, armored dude, he has a good time, you know. He's got, like, a ward save, you know. But we're actually probably going to beat him up here and then Depending on what happens in this duel. Okay, yeah, he runs, and then we'll win the duel, and then he'll probably get back with us, but we'll stay on him there. And with Chen Gong's leadership, of course, then now this guy's got, you know, nothing after Bello plus Chen Gong's ability. Take away all of his evasion, end on Lu, winning 3 duels against the finest fighters the Koreans had to offer. Oh, and this guy's here. Now let's duel him too. This guy is the grand champion of the people. You know, Yalu, who I think is his sister, but I'm not 100% sure on the family tree. But, you know, Yalu won a couple awesome duels in the past, and that was great. And there we chased the king of Korea off. Are they in army loss route here? Like, I wanted to duel with that guy. Curious. They must have some. There we go. It's like they gotta have somebody unbreakable. There we go. Like they have these retinues coming in. Well, fortunately, we got the fight we wanted, and Chen Gong is right here to give his wise. Oh, Nature's Ally gives hit chance, and now let's get him around here. Yeah. Now this guy already doesn't have any evasion. He's gonna get. Oh, and we're on foot, so we're running gradually. Oh, he already dismounted. Oh, what a gentleman. And now the mighty Highland Lances run right into our brutal power. Great stuff. And so it was that the 4th champion of the Koreans fell that day to the mighty Nanlu, the grand champion of the Wuhuan. He could do this all day. Against people with decent weapons, of course. A vanguard is impervious to fear. And Chen Gong being around, Chen Gong's ability to tank the evasion, you know, a champion or vanguard typically has some. Unless they've got very disadvantageous traits, which can happen. But, you know, even a vanguard you expect, you know, after a little bit of levels to have a handful. But, you know, gain to tank that down. Very good stuff. And then here we just... You know, they bring in these elite retinues, and look at them now. Great stuff. A victory over, I mean, not 3 full armies. I think it was... really just 2 full armies, but with 3 different, you know, armies coming in. Which is, of course, inconvenient. The invisible guy is besieging the town, but they're having a terrible time here, of course. And we do amazing. You know, we lose some Lancers. It's bound to happen. But we, yeah, just a great old time there. And here, we've been releasing them a bunch, but we would get the Gilded Turtle here, but... Oh, but look at this. Oh, Pakugeo says, he remains silent even if his father rebels out of dissatisfaction with the throne, believing that such actions are wrong and considers it unfilial to oppose him. He's like, look, what am I supposed to do? Tell my dad no? You know, if we release him, we may yet get him. You know, out of respect. This guy dueled us, right? Yeah. No, that guy didn't duel me. Whoops. Oh, she died? Oh, no. We liked her. But with that, we pop the 3 armies there, and you know they've got some other stuff going on, but we should, you know, be able to handle them now. I wish we could just vassalize these dudes, but that is not available to us as of yet. We are not yet prestigious enough, but we've started working on a lot of relevant stuff, you know. Hey, look at that! The Kingdom of Wu declared war on the Kingdom of Song. Now it's heating up. Let us look then at the map. The Han Empire is no more. Alright, we're going to save it real quick, because that battle was important. Alright, so the Han Empire is no more. Wu Ji must have popped him. The Emperor, Sun Jian here, still with a very regular retinue. Hey Luke, good evening. A very regular retinue. You know, I think with our, you know, with our assistance, Yuan Shao might be having a bit of a time here. And I mean, I guess... Oh, well, what we need to do is get... Yeah, we just need to get over to Qiuliju while there's a chance to pick it up. That's the actual answer. Because we'll declare war on Wu when we get there, and then, you know, we know this is an incredibly desirable building for research rate and other things, but... Yeah, we swap to the research building there. Because we were gonna go and see to things over here, but it looks like Yuan Shao is doing that himself, right? But, I mean, these armies should do something, I guess. I don't know. We're not very close to Bandit King, right? You know, like 180 prestige is a lot of prestige. We're not knocking on the door of that. Here, oh, perfect. All right, so we get to him with 1%. He's in March, so we know we hit him. We're gonna max our chaos. You know, the unruly is probably mostly good. It hasn't really made me mad yet. This guy is a savant. Unhappy here. 100% character experience game we know is good, but I think, you know... Oh yeah, you're rivals with our girl here. No, we'll release you, but we don't need to bring you in. I mean, he is level 5, but no, let's keep with it here. Ride without rest, and then we will. Just come up this way, and then so. Yeah, because we're pretty beat up here. Yeah, this is what we do then. We do that the other way here. Get the assist, so that'll be nice. He's showing up as invisible. Alright, so why is that? I think it's because he is wearing, you know, a special outfit, the Gilded Turtle, and it doesn't know how to generate it for him. But we'll just try to remember to look at that. Because I have not been seeing invisible Koreans most of the time, right? Which is to say, with only the hands and head mesh engaged. Bum, 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 bum. I'm like, do we want anything cool here? I mean, we obviously do. What is it? Yes. And we'll cultivate mass here. Very important to cultivate some mass. And build the horde. Just go for it all, right? But, you know, just trying to get all the research rate we can. We've got quite a lot. I don't know if it counts it up anywhere, but you can just tell we have a lot, right? Because some of these that used to be a lot more are now at like 5. And you know that those were like 12 or something when you start out. Because, of course, there's some that are at 6. So those would be the ones at 12, yeah. But, yeah, when... Because the Bandit Network is a source of great joy for me. It was already very cool, but now when there's so many great units, you know, it's it's wonderful stuff. Yeah, that's you know, and it's only going to get better. We developed some rivalries in here, and importantly, some Oathsworn, because Guangzhong is like super impressed with our boy Nanlu the Howling Wolf, and I mean, so too am I. I mean, I already knew I liked this guy, right? I already knew I liked him. Vanguard plus Tenacity of Steel. I already love Vanguards, right? I like them anyway. You know, and he's not the normal one. He doesn't have mighty knockback for the retinue, you know. But a great guy. Tenacity on anybody that gets Vanguard or champion weapons is greatness. So we've got him, and then of course we got our Tenacity champion, and we've got a Roar champion somewhere. You know, we've been real good time. But what we need to do is just keep moving so that we can play more games. Yeah, we'll send these forces up here because that's what they want to do. Yeah, Gujin wants to do that, and so does Gurudun. Yeah, they're these two dudes, these two hordes. They're setting their sights on, you know, dealing with stuff on this. You know, that's what they were sent to do, and that's what they're gonna do. And of course, this army is about to be hysterical. It already is very funny. The Chen Royal Guard about to show up in the north. This is their final form. Because if you think they're great in the regular balancing, oh my goodness, just look at them go. Alright, so here, do we march? No. No, we just walk. Yes. Turn. But the Kingdom of Wu is at war now with our, you know, he's our in-law, right? Because like, what's the proper? Because he's not our brother-in-law, right? He's the father of our daughter-in-law, you know. I'm sure that genealogically there's a very precise word for it. I confess to just being like, you know, the guy, you know, his son's around. Speaking of, we need to disinherit him. I mean, Yuan Tan's had a great run. And we'll get... We like him, alright? You know, more than his dad does. Hey, Arcade, how's it going? See what's new, you missed last live. Knocked back throw. Yeah, we played it this morning. We finished up the Liu Bei crash. Let's reload, boys. Come on, let us reload. It doesn't want to. Alright. Let us quit to the menu. But yeah, we finished up the last of the chapter 2s. We did Olberic's. It was nice. I thought it was interesting. You know, gameplay wise, compared to what, you know, you sort of come to expect from it. But you know, I learned how the jobs work. I'm definitely like, I'm more in the groove now of the game, you know, like I feel like I get it, you know. Really, it was just putting the subclasses on, which I did not understand. And once I got that, I'm like, oh yeah, now I can do anything I want, you know. Don't let your dreams be dreams. But we're probably going to play a big chunk of that tomorrow. Now that we finish all the chapter 2s, you know, the whole world's open again. And might walk down some of the roads, you know, might... Alright, Liu Bei, remember, you're not doing well, bro. You don't have a lot to think about. There we go. That's how long his turn should have taken. Oh, right, a mercenary contract. We need to get one of those. Pat, get wrecked. I'm gonna take this. I'm obviously gonna take this. Actually, like, yeah, it's a field battle too. Well, you know, these guys were really beat up, but you know, this is a punishing auto-resolve loss. But I guess I mean, look at the Bandit Raiders though. That's 400 charge bonus. That 400 is a lot, you know. If I were to do this, would I win? I mean, maybe. They do have very bad morale. But I think their abilities... I think we wouldn't be able to get him down too easy before he did a lot of work. But anyway, we're going to take it. Because we just beat those armies, right? One Dwarven Lord can beat a full army of Skaven. She's a manipulator. We'll let her go. Silent Sun, didn't we just release you? Alright, here we go. Now we're talking. The Rejected Heir. If you put him in charge, you get negative replenishment. 5%. But you get +3 starting rank for all recruits. We'll see if that just needs, like, a parentheses on it, right? Because sometimes a trait like that means, like, for your own retinue. Sometimes it means in the place you're around. It would be good to have more specificity on there. But, you know, it's a work in progress. Were your son's daughter to marry other kingdom dynasty? Yes, absolutely. And, in fact, what I exclusively do... No, I know. I just read it. What I exclusively do is use my children to get into my faction excellent characters from other factions. But yeah, it's a thing you can do, and I will sometimes do it to enforce a war ending. Like if somebody declares war on me, but I really like one of their daughters because she's excellent, and that's like my girl, or one of their sons is super amazing. If somebody hates you, they really don't want to marry their person in your faction. It goes both ways. So if you have a great character and you desperately need this war to be over, but maybe that guy is a jerk and you're mad at him for something, you know, you can, if they're in your family, you can marry them over, and you get a diplomatic boost as well. So there's a mechanic for, you know, and it fades over time a bit, but still, they always basically remember, I don't remember when this marriage happened. It was a long time ago, but the Puppet Emperor falls. A steed to rival the ages. A weapon just surpassed the Metal Gear. Alright, so we, Yuan Tan here. He's our heir now. He's Yuan Shao's son, and the oldest of their kids is 9, so that's probably about as long ago as they got married. But Yuan Shao is one of the emperors up here, and we've been working with him for a while, but we contacted him, and we were like, hey, since you like us, how about we join our houses? And then we got his son who makes us money, and, but yeah, no, it's, actually the ability to do that and to, have kids that grow up and you make them into heroes is one of the reasons why I love this game so much more than Warhammer, is simply that. The ability to, meet people, you build relationships with them through the game, and then, you know, if you capture and release them a few times, they can grow to get what's called faction fondness, so they'll like you, and then maybe they'll just join you, you know, if things get bad, for where they are. Wait. A nunman? It says here that you're a spy. But yeah, but you can see our family tree. So Dongbai here, she's one of my favorites in the time period. But one thing led to another. The guy in charge of her faction got executed by me on the field of battle, and then her, uncle or something, I think uncle, took over. And she's in the ruling family. She was in it before. And then we got into that war, and she married into our faction. It's Fuzhong. It is. Yeah, you know, Wu... Fuzhong, if only... I mean, it won't hurt us to get a guy right now, and we can just give him a big old title. We can afford it. We do like him. He's already pretty happy, but we'll just, yep, name him senior officer and pump up the jam, and then, you know, here we go. Speaking of Diplo... Retinue... Channels... You got a horse, then discourses of the states. Food, lifestyle, sex, food deals. Yeah, so any deal that we do, we can pay money or do food or ancillaries, which is all the weapons, armor, horses, and like guys you have. So you can really get a lot of points out of that. You can do a maximum of 4 there, and then also land can be traded, and then like agreements like non-aggression or trade or anything like that. And you can, so even if they like hate you, if they're like -50 on something, if you like really want to make that deal, you can give them like a whole city and like some nice horses and promise never to hurt them. But that promise never to hurt them, maybe they'll even get mad about that, right? Maybe it would cost you more to promise that. But yeah, it's awesome, because then, you know, getting vassals, like I have so much food. This is an actually like ridiculous amount of food. 250 is a deeply silly amount of food surplus to have. Our economy is just not good enough to take advantage of how much food that is. It's a silly amount. So if we had a deal that we wanted to make, we could get a huge amount of points for that on top of the other considerations. But the person I most desire can't be married into the family. Oh, we should have moved up there. But yeah, amusingly with the mechanics, because we're playing the Wuhuan, which are one of the nomadic, you know, horse-centered tribes of the, you know, the northern reaches here, like the Mongolian fringe sort of thing. What we would now think about as like that border of Mongolia. This is obviously before Mongolia. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But you know, this sort of what you could broadly generalize as a steppe horseman, which, you know, the Mongol Turkic thing. But before that, you know, 1,000 years before the Mongol Turkic thing, these were a group of the steppe horsemen there. Can you do a good deal and turn around and raid and destroy them? Yeah, no, absolutely. You could totally trade them a bunch of great cities you had, knowing that their armies aren't next door, and then after getting whatever you wanted from them, hit them there. If you break agreements pretty soon within making them, depending on what you've promised, the game can get mad at you, though. Not the game. You lose reliability, and then it's just harder to make deals, because everybody knows what you did. I didn't know this guy was still over. Oh, right. Of course they are. That's inconvenient. I'm like, we never killed them. Of course they're there. I guess I just thought that we would beat them. We should have done it manually. Bah. But the really great thing you can do with trades we don't have access to yet, because it's what you get like pretty high up in the faction things. Like we have to get to the highest level in order to get it, but some factions get it earlier. Some bandit factions get it earlier, but it's getting vassalage on people. So, you know, you can get a guy that you're at war with and be like, you become my vassal. They're like, no, absolutely not. And then you're like, all right, I promise I won't take you over, and here's a bunch of food. and 4 horses, and you give them some money, and then you give them, you know, this and that, and then they're your vassal, and then they pay you forever until they break it. But maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be too afraid of you, and you can make tons of money in the medium and late game. That's sort of like how you do that. And having access to food just lets you push through more of those trades, so it's pretty desirable all around. But we're just charging in because we want the Grand Temple City of Confucius. And I guess we're just going to put up an army here to deal with things. But whom shall I send? Well, he could be a spy. We need to chill on getting him into the field. You're definitely a spy. An untried strategist. Well, I wonder why no one will try him. This guy's called the Overthrower of Tyrants. Yeah, we'll just get Luban here. Luban. And this guy is... This is the brother of our cool dude. We don't really need him out. I mean, we might... Yeah, let's get him out. Why not? You know, and he can show how dedicated he is to helping out. And then we'll get the Zhanbei in here. Yeah, we'll get the Zhanbei in here. She's level 1, but, you know, I'm sure she'll be ready to fight in no time. And, of course, even a level 1 can get some totally sick, untried riders. No, we get what, I mean, maybe. Yeah. Just a couple of them, and then we'll get... Yeah, might as well. We can afford it. Now, who of these guys do we keep? The Long Spear Warriors, you know, we'll keep whatever of these units are good, just so he can keep his local flavor, right? These cav are fine, you know. Yeah, we'll keep them. These guys are, I mean, decent. They have 10 bonus first infantry, which really counts for a lot. The crossbows are not really good enough. They don't really enhance the local flavor, right? So we'll get him some, yes, good enough crossbows here. And then we'll need a little bit more ranged out of these fools. These are stock snipe. Poison, that's right, they're poison only. That's right, those are those guys. You know, poison... Ah, there we go. You know, it'd be good for her to have... We'll let him have the Zhanbei Headhunter. And, you know, this army won't be very heavy on range, and that's okay. The Axe Band are totally unneeded. Well, if this army isn't very heavy on ranged, why don't we get some skirmishers? Like the music? Yes, it's wonderful stuff. I believe like that most of the music in the game, or like most of these tunes, I don't know if like the battle themes are, but I think this is like an authentic, you know, like actual song. You hear it like all the time in videos about Chinese history and stuff, and I don't know if they all took it from the game, right? How's work? Oh, well, you know, it finally started getting a little bit cooler, which was good. I was about to turn into a pumpkin about everything. Yeah, weird little army. And then, yeah, I mean, it's all fine. As they level up, we'll change it up a bit. Moving through there. I would love to spend more money on everything, but... Okay, we're down to just -5... Or just positive 5k, so we gotta be more... Gotta be more judicious. We're not gonna be able to... have an average amount of our dreams come true, right? And then there, they all came out to fight us. I don't think they have any armies left to hit here. And then this toolmaker is very advantageous. That's going to make us a ton of money. And here, what do we want? We just go for more research and anti-spy stuff? I mean, yeah, why not? Why not indeed? It's affordable. We get it here. We just don't want to run out of money, but... Yurt. Make some armor. And then we'll be able to go over and pop them next turn. Ah, the Bandit Network finished. Wonderful. See, at least when you're here, this game soundtrack all over the place. Okay, yeah. Maybe it is that though, because I'll be watching like videos on Chinese history and stuff, and I'm like, are these the pictures from the game? You know, and I'm like, are these the pictures from the game? And like, sometimes I know it's the pictures from the TV show, but then I'm like, you know, this really sounds a lot like this. Really sounds a lot like the theme, doesn't it? But what we want to do is... That one's not that advantageous. You know, these yellow cav are super great. They're, you know, they exemplify all the things that it is to be a great yellow cav. Ooh, but this is nice, though. We'll take this. This is the Bandits of Virtue. This is going to make everybody love us. This is going to give us 10 diplomacy with everybody and less corruption. Yeah, we're going to take that. Plus, it's very funny. I like... You know, I don't feel like people are getting this impression, but it's like, I don't want people to think that, like, I think banditry is good and that secretly all these bandits were, like, nice people, but I invariably think it's more fun to play their campaigns that way. You know, we're raiding, but that's like, we're just showing the people how bad the warlords are, you know, like, there's rarely been a rebellion in a bandit area, and we're not out suppressing it, it's just a good time. But I care significantly more about public order than I used to. This mod taught me to care. And also, you know, when there's a benefit towards having high public order and having a high population that you actually care about, and there are several significant benefits, you know, it makes it turn to a jack-o'-lantern. Oh no, I do have the beginnings of a carved face. You know, you could just keep on drawing down long droopy mustaches onto the... It's been some years since I've carved a jack-o'-lantern. Ah! Le Bon Hu. He does not have the single name of, so I guess they're starting a clan named after him? That's kind of lofty. Ah, Yongfeng himself is here now. And he has the G of Heavenly Mandate, a weapon that I covet greatly. I consider it to be, broadly speaking, the great generic weapon, right? The G of Heavenly Mandate doesn't start with anybody. It is generated by, the weapon craftsman. It's super strong. There's nothing flashy about it except that it will destroy all of your foes, drive them before you, and there will be significant access to lamentations. I mean, it's really good. There, maybe we should have backed off on this siege. No, because we would have lost the weaponry. Yeah. But yeah, he was doing well for himself, huh? He really popped off, which is nice too, because a lot of the times, the Korean Peninsula, you do want regionally things to shake out a little bit, right? Well, it's great to have minor factions survive. It's good to be like, oh, look, Dasheng actually has like a bit of land, Liu Bei has the same stuff he always does. And Leon. That's like always like a public order problem here, and then he swoops in and takes it after the Yellow Turbans get hit. Or looters. Looters could do it as well, probably, right? That's probably the real source. That's right. If we build up there, we get 1 charge bonus for shock and melee cav faction-wide, making this the great one building in the late game, right? Long after you won't care about anything else, you'll care about that one. Of course, the raiding hub is good too. I mean, it's quite good, but I don't want to start making everybody hate me yet. I like having friends. I mean, in a video game, it's nice. I'm being silly. Do we want to try to get redeployment down? No, I don't think that's really that important. So one thing about this playthrough is, or the nomadic hordes in general, is whereas, normally I'm, trying to occasionally swap things around. Here I'm quite happy to just build it up a little bit. And our mighty Buddhist convert of the Zhanbei people gets to be level 6. And we'll get the bonus experience. I mean, yeah, why not? Oh, well, battle running speed's good too. Oh no, we'll get towards ballistic rain. Ballistic rain. Vanguard or just, why don't we take the speed here, why don't we? And we'll keep this barracks for a bit, because the big boost to loot. Oh yeah, this is the classic bandit thing, right? You get a building that gives you a bunch of loot in the adjacent commanderies, and then you can just like have an army chilling there if you need. But I don't think that'll be too important here. We'll need to get somebody over on this side before too long. Or achieve peace. Because we could get him to do this. Oh yeah, we need to give the Blade of Shangyu to somebody. It's too much. If we're gonna do that much, we should get a vassal. Which, you know, isn't close, but it's probably only like 5 years away, you know, in 212. Well, we'll get some prestige from there too, I think. Anyway, let us just continue on. We don't need this building anymore. If Yuan Shao wants to attack us someday, that's on his head. I think we can be friends forever. We're not at the cap yet. What we want to do now is...
我们再听。心怀智略。
Just see how that pans out.
见识一下我们的激情。释放怒火吧！
I'm like, oh, you mean I'm trespassing on your land, Sun Jian? That's crazy. Can't believe that. Bum, bum.
还是贸易赚钱快。
Mercenary contract against the Yellow Turbans. That's interesting. Ooh, he's a duchy now.
这可怪不得别人。
Speaking of Matung, apparently there are still some data loss problems happening, which is a shame, but makes me feel like perhaps after this we could go on a Matung related quest to seek data and make the game blow up. Really, it's just that, I mean, it's just a fishing port, and it's not that desirable. I can just go take it. But here we...
快快攻击！他们缺乏智略。 为我等所用吧。
I'm like, who deserves it most? I mean, she's been with us. Oh yeah, she's like, yeah, she's the yeah. Let's give it to her. After all, she came to us right from our best friend ever, Zheng Sheng. Wear the blade of Zhang Yu with power. Let's get him a better horse. Let's get him that. Speaking of... oh. Yeah, you go into a menu sometimes and you can see what the actual thing is, because on this menu you can't see the horde income. But alright, so it is time for y'all to get a divorce. And then he loses the job. Yeah, he is not a member of the family just because of the kids. No, he's a distant relative now. Oh, he doesn't actually lose it. It just says he does. But you know, Yalu's got another husband in mind. A brave and dashing bandit. You know, a man of the sea and the lake and the river. It says they doesn't get along, but they love each other. If you have a kid, that's right. I'm like, it said they lost it. That's why I was surprised. I'm like, maybe they don't like really. Yeah, but there we go. Gan Ning. Why Gan Ning, you may ask? Well, Gan Ning. You know, we lose some money from the family estates. That much is true. But 30% campaign movement range faction-wide and 25% ammo is just so stinking much better than all that. And then I think, yeah, it was, yeah, he's just straight heat everywhere, right? All right, well, let's get him a better, yeah, because here, you're not going to need that philosopher anymore. The philosopher is now attached to the new heir, Gan Ning. It turns out a lot, but just trust us. Got it. I was like, I was going to fire him anyway. But the old Pirate of the Bells, you know, and this army is doing a great job down here. Do we... Oh, I mean, he already has all that. What a time. Convert that over. Demo. Hey, we met a new guy. What's up, buddy? Ah, he doesn't like me. Surprising. If not shocking. Oh yeah, Tree Man. Oh yeah, Chingui. It's been a really long time since you've been mad at me. Let's trade. Now you say now no more Eastern Northern Courage. You think it also like the U.S. affection? Yeah, you know, he is very interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, one of these very excellent characters that we've got that I really like came from him. Is it him? No. Is it him? Yes, yeah. Shan Yu-yin. The one that because this guy's got tenacity on a champion, and I think that is the coolest. Yeah, exactly. And he's got a great personality as well. You know, I don't think we fixed it, you know. And so that'd be pretty sweet, you know, and replan for the army, you know, what's not to like? What is not? It is pretty funny stuff, because I don't think they'll come over top of me to get this. And we get the only piece of real estate basically on the entire map that matters. Right? This place is worth 4 cities to me, you know. It is the best. And we're going to get the Bandits of Virtue, and everybody's going to like us better. Even more than they already do. As if that's even reasonable, you know, as if it's practical to like me more. And it looks like Yuan Shao moved up here. I don't think he had the movement to get in on it. It's the one reason you like that part of the map, yeah. You know, holding on to it, always worth it. Yes, crucially, he does not get in there. Alright, so... Assuming we do this, what's the worst thing that happens? Wu gets kicked across the Yangtze before they know it? Yeah. Because the thing is that Liu Biao is in a broad coalition. Oh, and yeah, with Liu Zhong as well now. Yeah, you know, they've got who knows what's going on over there, but they're doing just fine. I guess they just pieced out with Wu, who is though fighting, you know, a lot of people in the south. So he hasn't like unified or anything. He's got problems. And he's likely going to lose all of this. For all we know, Yuan Shao's just going to run over him. You know, that would be a shame. Be a shame for him. Alright, we should, Mike, don't you think this would be a good idea? If Yuan Shao gets all the Emperor seats, you lose. You know, that's interesting. I don't think so. It's possible. You know, I'll be happy to see. Even if you do, I'm sure it would be a you lost, keep on going type of thing. But I don't know. I think probably not, just abstractly. Because, like, the Yellow Turbans specifically have their Prime Minister tech to let them get, you know, faction-wide bonuses as if they have the Emperor seats before they get it, you know, for the three guys at the top. And you lose that when you get the Emperor seat. So it feels designed to at least play for a while without one. But I guess, you know, you're meant to go on. I don't know. I think in general the AI isn't given like success things in Total War games, you know. They just have to play against you until forever. Even if they have like stuff that powers them up along the way. But I'm of course no kind of expert. Pay me. Oh, that's right, you're rich. Oh, and everybody liked that. The other turns came before the Emperor. Ah, that does make sense then. Alright, good news. We're at war. We occupy it. We, might mark this too. Do you remember the last time you've seen the AI actually build the temple? It may be that something about the converting thing isn't happening. I'll make a note of it. Cause I'll just make a post in the old Discord. Hopefully I will. I mean, I don't know how to convert buildings. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure. Because you'll sometimes take a minor settlement, you know, or in the past, you know, and they would have just like a bandit building attached to it for like a while. And of course, until this patch, they didn't ever build the side building for Han. So, yeah, it's an abandoned Yellow Turban site. And then you have to convert it to the deserted temple site. And then you have to build it. But yeah, I just don't recall really seeing it with anybody. But I'm sure there could be a workaround for that wouldn't be, you know, impossibly tricky. You know, they could just make a level 1 of it if the level 0 conversion thing, you know, they can just make a level 1 of it and then swap it across lines just like all the other stuff, you know. They figured out so many things. I'm confident that they'd be able to do that. But you know, it's funny because you never know what'll slip past sight, you know. And here now, we're also happy. We can't rush a conversion. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one. Our range block chance for melee cav, since we're about to be able to afford some sweet melee cav. Money, money, money. Is it funny? And some experience too. You can't go wrong with some experience and character growth, you know. You simply cannot. In fact, hey, you say what mod is showing you who's a spy against you? Yes, it's one of the new updated challenges, as Luke has pointed out. So as you get more points into counter-espionage, like, you know, through doing your assignments if you have them, or passive gain through, you know, technology, the stuff that increases undercover network cost, or in the Bandit's case, the side building for black market, or no, prep. Yeah, the max cover undercover network. This building will build that up so you can see, you know, through that power, you know, this guy could be a spy, these guys definitely aren't spies, you know, this person is definitely a spy. It's quite a wonderful change. Adds a lot to the quality of the life, right? Because there's so many times that I'm sure we all went through this playing this game where you're like, man, I want to get them, but what if they're a spy? Let's just not even get them, you know? But here, at least, you know, you can dedicate some stuff to it and be able to tell. But yes, it is pretty awesome. You're level 6. Yeah, welcome to the party, my girl. It says you're a charlatan, but what I'm hearing is don't believe a word. This person is not who they first appear to be. Well, Yo Penghui, welcome to the party. You're oath sworn with some of the big guys. Oh, you're friends with Yuan Shao. Well, he works for me, and you can work for me too. Their faction is destroyed. Did we get Wuhuan? No, I have no idea where he is. I don't even know if he's in that faction anymore. So you wonder how long it'll take after Lords of the End Times comes out before Old World updates to accommodate it? Yeah, you know, that always is the tricky thing with DLC, right? But I mean, I'm gonna have to reinstall. Oh right, Korean tech tree. So you start in this center. The claim of the elder brother is his ability, and then mighty knockback own retinue one page down there, and then okay. Gets ignore force penalties on retinue, range damage, chance of ambushing for the army. This one gets flames. Horses of the which gives. Oh, okay. If you get this buff, it's, you know, it's a yes and a no. It's just to him, I guess. So. It looks like it's just up to him. It doesn't have a range on it. So it makes him faster and charge a lot better, but makes him have less armor and less of a block chance. You know, I think that's super cool. You know, we'll get it. Oh, and he gets faction-wide bonuses. Sometimes, oh, armor own retinue? Yeah, this dude, the Korean tech tree is sweet. Love this. You suspect most of them are Korean skills more than you can. Yeah, I would think that for a couple of these. This one, though. Yeah, I guess it does sound a little generic. It's just, is this really in every tree? Maybe just the red ones. Here we get 10% faction-wide commerce. The things we know and love. But yeah, we'll just take the armor and retinue, gets us up towards flames. Oh yeah, the Zhanbei sword maiden. We need to get her rolling. Why don't you just put on the Sovereign of Blades? Did we give her the Falcon? Yes. It did indeed bind to her, just like I thought it might, but you know, there we go. And if we get a Zhanbei horse someday, we'll give it to you. She is clever, cunning, and beautiful. She has a grudge against the Kingdom of Song for destroying them, but you know, we don't have to have her looking at those guys. One arm for the sword, one arm for the bow, indeed.
落叶就像生命中最后的火焰。
Main value in the armor is fixing the portraits. Yeah. We need a different weapon for you. Why not a G of the Imperial Guard? No, let's just go for... Well, you can use the G of the Imperial Guard. And that means you can get the massive axe. Yes. And the Sovereign of Blades there. Good, good, good. Right, this is his capital now. It may well be the last place he's got. You know, he was doing just fine. To be fair, he declared war on me. And all I ever wanted was to be his friend. I was sure torn up when I got that letter in the mail. I was like, him, the guy I exclusively called the King of Korea. But I thought he liked me. Clan name Go. There you go. It changed, right? It used to be... It's probably more historically, you know, proper now. I didn't look into it, but I imagine that it was changed for a reason and not for a non-reason. The king is Hushin. The portrait is... Alright. You know, because I only played that start like once, so I didn't really see much of them.
力求上进，功名震天，奋力一战，
一统天下，
消灭敌军。
But this will likely be their last stand. Oh yeah, and then right at the end, you know, after we eliminate the other armies, of course, they can afford to level their dudes. These cav are pretty sweet, right? 60 models of them. Maybe you'll join us. We've released a lot of these people. We've won duels against these people. Maybe they'll join us. Could have done it ourselves. That's getting kind of late. Blah. Hey, there we go. He joins us. Well, it's just him that does. It's alright. We get that gilded turtle just like we planned. I don't think anybody needs that gilded turtle. Yeah, because Hijin was not at all of good character. That's why it feels so jarring. That's funny. Oh, and then we are just leveling straight up here now. You know, the Han can put their points into assignments, but I can get my things going a different way. Yuan Tan, sorry about you. We'll get you into an army before too long, buddy. Don't you worry. And just getting all of these people's levels distributed over. There's a lot to go around there. But, you know, we've got some passive gain going on, and then now we've got... It's a few techs that have happened that increase them, and then some other stuff. Alright, so we just need to... Troop share, black market... Yeah, because those two things are worth so much money now. Like, we don't need to worry about any of this, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's not... It doesn't give you all of that tech here. That was like a yellow turban thing, I guess, but yeah. Oh, there it is. The fortified hideout. It's the level 3 one that... Okay. It's still pretty good. But it does not give you the, does not give you a technology boost like the yellow turbans get. But still, satisfaction, lower salary, and big character experience is highly desirable. And we've spent too much money because it said 400, but it meant 4,000. No, we're fine. We're still at an okay number. The ancient text Sun Guk. So he says that Goguk John went hunting one day in 194 and encountered a starving village. He gave some of his clothes and food to one of the villagers. Felt the starvation of the people was his responsibility. What a nice story. Comes across very well in that. I love a story like that. You know, not one where the villages aren't doing well, but, you know, where someone feels a sense that maybe in some way it's their fault. What we need to do now is just... Get ready here. Get to the pass, you know, get put together real quick and figure out where they're going. Because we got hordes to build, but I guess they'll just run down this way. I don't know. I guess for all that I said that we're pretty far away, you know, we are getting there. And as we take these minor settlements and flip them over, you know, it's 15. No, it's the side buildings that are 15. So we have to flip them over, and then we build the side buildings. But, you know, and that'll get us, you know, we may not be, you know, maybe in like 208 or so. Might be our year. But it does make sense that it wouldn't give Bandit Network stuff. I like the theme of it giving Yellow Turban research more. Just the Bandit Network, I quite like its implementation of having faster research in the areas where you have a presence. I think that's a bit of brilliance. It's so good. Looks like Shogun didn't do so well. Yeah, I saw one of their armies up somewhere at some point, but not doing well. And they were up here, and then they, like, ran away or something. And we get another Sovereign of Blades. Most excellent. Takes 3 turns to convert. Well, let's just build these crummy little camps first then. Only 1,000 to rush, worth it. Because with all of those going, we're actually... We're not super far from this at all, are we? And what better time to become... Yeah, we'll move in here and hit the Shanbei right when they're least expecting it. Take that. So chances are we'll have to get ready to turn up the heat on them pretty soon. Yeah, because we're going to declare we're going to be emperor pretty soon, and that's bad.
我军智略胜敌军一筹。 攻占此城，正合我计。
Because yeah, you're quite right. We're not ready for this at all.
冷静沉着。
And then here, swapping it over, all you get's a little bit of money. If we leave it this way, we get both up. It's 1% less upkeep, but we also get 9% lower recruitment cost. Let's just leave it, right? I quite like that building. Seems good.
养兵千日，用兵一时。出发。
Said one thing we were lucky about is most of our armies are where his armies are. Yeah, you know, a lot of them. Alright, I think, you know, we could peace out down here, and then... Well, no, we don't want to peace out down here before we're king. We want to get vassalage agreements to get this out, and then we can trade some of this land off, right? Get vassals down here. Push, come to shove, demolish, yeah. But we'll... Let's get this army... Well, I love both of these armies. Let's get this army on the road first. On the water, of course, we know from experience that we're not going to be taking military supplies loss on the sea out here on Korea. Not until we get back onto the water where the map used to be are we going to have to worry about that. So we'll be able to take advantage of our big movement to get all the way up to the capital in just a couple more seasons. Because no matter what happens, everywhere... Yeah, you know, actually, this pass is... Yeah, we can leave one army over here. We'll need to move one of them back, huh? It's okay. when we moved up there for the other front, we should have been moving to the gate passes here in preparation. The prestige came faster than I thought. You say, well, they historically weren't a neighbor power yet. You choose to believe we don't lose supplies because of Korean naval tech anyway, and so do I. That is why I choose to believe it. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, you know, the stage is getting set. But of course, as soon as we go over the top, we have 300 food and so many ancillaries from a full game of generating weapons and armor with our formidable industrial complex. You know, we're going to be able to really convince some people to be our friend. I think these chanters are a little bit anachronistic now. Let's get some Zhanbei headhunters. Let's spice it up, shall we? Love these guys. She's still carrying... She still has peasants in her stack. My goodness. Do we have access to any D troops yet? No, no. Well, she's got hers there already, but... Yeah, we'll just hit Nax here. Oh yeah, this army doesn't even have them, yeah. Hardened blades here, still fine. Keep more contracts. Oh right, yeah, and the alliance will break, yeah, because we're not allowed to have them. But that's still, you know, it's not so bad. And with that in mind, let's march up to him. And this army, of course, has now recently become a lot punchier.
出发！各就各位。
Yeah, I think here it's just important to think about what really matters, and that's getting to Gu Pass and being able to make a difference over here. All these armies follow Yuan Shao around. It would be pretty funny if somebody else gets to be king, like right now instead. So you're not fully sold on the Qin Peacekeeper post-mod changes, but it goes without saying that you love was really growing. Yeah, I mean, what a monstrous unit, right? The giant bonus. I mean, they're amazing. They're so good. They're so stinking good. There ain't a thing that's wrong with them. I don't mind when you play a game and you can tell that somebody liked somebody and they were like, let's make them better. You know, you get it with like Warhammer, like mods. Sometimes like, you know, I think these dwarves should hit harder and be more armored and fast for a dwarf. What do you think? You think we give them a little bit more armor? How about some bugmans? A little bit of ward save. But yeah, the we develop the thing? I was like, no. Oh, she rode out to save the dude. That's good. And he became wise as well as lame. Oh well. And he doesn't like Qingong. Well, Qingong's been doing great work, buddy. So you know, stow it. We are 10 prestige away from the Bandit King. Ten more range block. 10 more range block chance for melee cavalry. That's 20 out of the tree there. Insane. Let me be clear. I'm for it. I think it's good. More of that in the world. It's like if we could get something that made people cheaper. There's something like that up here, really. Ten charge speed's pretty desirable. So you just don't want to take associated palace attendants. Right, exactly. And they're certainly not there. Regular palace attendants is a rank, and I'm pretty sure in 208 with the Emperor gone, there's no one to protect them. Which, of course, in a sort of deranged way, not justifies. It shows how the thinking about the palace attendant class was in a great way accurate. You're like, well, you know, if anything happens to me, no one's ever going to be their friend, so they'll have to be loyal to me. You know, everybody's going to hate them. You know, we've successfully made sure that they won't be looked at, you know, as others are. Oh, and look at this. Glorious. Look at all that movement. That's Gan Ning right there. That's Gan Ning's movement right there.
为了天下苍生.
Yes. Yes. I was aware. I was being euphemistic. Not because I'm afraid to say it. The class of people that are the palace attendants. I meant eunuchs. Yes. Because they go over it at the beginning. they go over it at the beginning of the book of Romance.
正在行进.
I don't know most of the stuff off the top of my head. No. The eunuch thing, though, I actually do know because I have not like an interest in it, but you know, you've got the castrati vocalists, you know, in Italy, and then you've got like the various Ottoman things and the Chinese things which happen, you know, spanning all sorts of things. You know, I always thought that was interesting and in a terrible, you know, sort of grotesque way. Like even when I remember when I was like a little kid learning about like, you know, Chinese history stuff, and I'm like, but okay, you know, but just like a test in Confucianism, you know, they just sometimes they take an idea further than it ought to go. Like, wouldn't it be good to have people in a scholarly class? Wouldn't it be good to have loyal people? Or like that story about Cao Cao when he had his job in the capital, and like, you know, he's like, anybody that's out after curfew, they're getting flogged. I don't care who it is. And it was like the emperor's favorite eunuch or whatever. And then Cao Cao just got sent away because I guess they couldn't be like, you're not supposed to enforce the law, but they were mad at him anyway. Great governance, right? Yellow Turban aggression into the night battle, you know, you gotta respect it. They got moxie, they got heart. They got executed again. We don't want to show them pity. I'm 11 with Father Died. I surrender my power and was to indeed. And, you know, no ability to navigate these things. And then, you know, the same people that are supposed to be helping them often don't. And how would they ever know? You know. Here, you just stay here. We'll tell you what happens everywhere else. You can trust us. The bomb becomes impeccable. You know, for all that the guy at the top is becoming mad at everybody, you know. I think it's because he's greedy. It might just be because he's greedy and reckless, and that makes a bunch of people who have the opposite traits that are good, you know, maybe that's why he doesn't get along. Oh, the Yu is here, and he helped us. Hooray! Our army didn't support us, it was the Yus that did. Thanks, buddy.
吾等大义必将降临此城。
For all of 2 minutes before they started the same as with their newfound influence, right? I mean, they'll just adopt a kid, right? Just because they can't have him doesn't mean they won't use all their money, you know, anyway. Cao Cao, where did your family get their money again?
为了天下苍生。
It's like I didn't think we were bringing up old stuff. Strategic fortress. Awesome. This is so good for us, right? Now, it doesn't give us a garrison, but it's not even the building that builds a garrison, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll build a great horse market here. Yeah, because this gives us 30 moon range. It also gives us a big web of loot around here. So now we can have this, and adjacent commanderies to here is like everywhere. He burned through his family states pretty quickly with the Qingzhou army. Burning big old hole in his pocket. Yeah, you know, he had to move quick. That's, you know, the problem with warlordism is eventually you do run out of people to rob. Huh? What? No. Where's this come from? Traveling Artisans Legacy. If you say so. Yeah, I'm like, these are faction effects, which normally wouldn't be up there. I think maybe there might be like a hidden thing if you get like maybe if you get a certain number of the buildings to a certain thing, you get it. Maybe at max level, but I don't think any of my buildings are at max level is the thing. Or no, trade. Oh, yep. Yeah, no, you got it. Yep, there you go. So traders and salvagers is here at the top level, and that's this one. You get 5%. So yeah, all right. So you can get the traveling artisans building, this one, and maybe it's 2% per. Dude, I did not know. Okay, so unquestionably the best bandit faction would be Ufalo, right? Because he gets the tribute mechanics, and with all the faction-wide benefits plus the local benefits of the horde buildings, it's very clear that the nomads are the superior bandits, except no substitutes. Oh, it's late. I gotta shut up. Oh, I'm having such a good time. It's okay, you know, tomorrow's another day. I'll be off work. We'll be playing something else in the morning, I think, but we'll be planning for a big old block of this tomorrow. I'm like, wait, no, I wanted to become the king. Right. Yes, that's what we were doing. It's good to be the king. Show me the video? Did I crash it? Oh, no. At least as long as they have bandit network, right. Alright, there we go.
汉室走向末路，此乃顺应天意。泱泱大国陷入纷
Like,
争
we didn't do a lot
乱
on
世
that，term, but it still would have been annoying. But
曾
here
经
we
的
go.
诸侯。
It's sad, yeah. It's a total of a 0.0. Oh, and they rejected it. They declared war on me. No. The Puppet Han Emperor came to live with me, it says. We'll see if that's true. It says it happened again. I think that's just the sort of thing it says sometimes, though. Yeah, no, we are indeed. Oh yeah, the contract is still fine, so we're not at war with them. He rejected, you know, it's a we had a great run, and even, I mean, look at that, right? Look at that. Even with negative 150, this game can barely make him hate me. What a bro. They called him hubristic, but I never saw him that way.
那就快点吧。
Well, no, we shouldn't do this one. We should go in this whole city, right? Yeah. And then we'll try to trade these things to him. Yeah. Because he's a courageous warrior. They're always good vassals to have, right?
无论如何，我等都坚不可移。
You did tell me. You did tell me.
好的，请讲。
Alright, he doesn't think it's a good idea to get vassalized by me. Qingong's going to be over here to maybe convince him a little bit. Gives us a grand and tributaries, and of course it's time to start building our web. Who wants to? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. We will give them the ceremonial bow 2 times. And obviously a nice food. I'm like, really, why are we giving them bows? We can get 0.5 for this. We only have 200 food, right? And this is nice too, because we remember from our Zhengzheng campaign that we weren't able to vassalize the Korean tribes, which was a great shame. And here we get to do the dream, get in a little bit deep, get some value, and then, you know, we can trade off some of the stuff in the middle now that we got the prestige, keep our more developed stuff on the rim, and then have this tributary base where, you know, they can all just be forced to get along. Makes sense. This whole thing is normally supposed to be coalitions, right? And if you're not threatening him, which being strong on his borders is a kind of threat, but it's not, you know, I mean, if you and I were playing a Total War game together and you were on my border and strong, I wouldn't be like, man, I'm really threatened by that. If we were playing Civilization, though, I'd be like, your troops are near my borders. Furthermore, people are listening to your pop music and wearing your blue jeans. Yes.
欢迎，朋友。
I'm like, -30. That one's a little tough. We don't have any land to trade him. What if we just gave you 300 food? Alright, so obviously we could give him like 250 food for a couple of turns. This is deeply funny, right? This is incredibly funny. I bet we can, you know, just because we can do it doesn't mean we shouldn't try to get something even more advantageous first. After all, if we get more people under the umbrella, I mean, Chen Gui here,
很高兴
I
见到
mean,
阁
yeah,
下。
he's at just -10. Food, yeah, food tents, plus you get, like, multiplications of things, and then you also generate food from horde buildings. And we've got taxes up all the way, so...
欢迎，朋友。
It's just so much. Sometimes a guarantee will get you somewhere, because Liu Dai... Oh, he doesn't have land, yeah. Because if we got, like, Kongrong, or, I mean, getting Liu Bei is... Yeah, the more you have... Right, yeah. We just need to find some in there and get them, and then... Panlin, who are you, or with just these people?
真是浪费时间。
Yeah, that barely upsets anybody.
我等满腹奇谋，以后如何尚不可知。
And this is, of course, also going to get us a web of guys underneath Wu,
好，准了。
which, you know,
我
we're not
方
all
接
at
受
war
你的
there
提
yet.
议。我方同意了。我方同意了。
我方同意。
别来无恙。
Beautiful. And this guy barely needs anything. And honestly, it makes a lot of people happy and only sort of upsets a couple.
算是新的开始吧。
Sure, he's an arrogant overlord, but that doesn't mean he won't pay me for a little while. And if anybody doesn't like it, then we'll be in a war with them, and then maybe we can turn that into a reason to extract value from them.
那就如此吧。我方接。
And then, of course, these tributaries, that's going to let us spin up new armies. It's going to let us move into the late game.
很高兴与你见面。
Because, like, as cool as this place is, I don't really care about it, right? Yeah, at all. So we can just trade this to him and get a strong vassal here. I don't think he'll break. Yeah, he already likes me. So this will be great, yeah. Save period of long different. Indeed. We did just save a little bit ago when we got the Panlin one, but thank you for the reminder. It's very good to have. But yeah, let's just do this, because again, we don't need any of this land here. And crucially, this is going to make us a big hit with a lot
那
of
就与你联
folks.
手吧。定筹壮志。这很合理。
Let's do it again. Because here, yeah, we're gonna... Now we're up to 7.6 in tributaries, because Dashong is doing okay, you know, and of course this is gonna mess him up. It always messes up your vassals, but...
很荣幸再相见。
You're a cruel tyrant, but you know, it, No. I mean, I would normally be like, we should take all the vassals. No, I mean, he's not gonna leave us immediately. He's not at war with anybody anyway, so, I mean, why not? It's
只是
free.
倍感荣幸。
So you're excited about next
风水
update
轮
for
流转。
Necroman's Vessel? I am too. I think that'll be a very interesting thing. Now the autonomy is better because other stuff is there. We will trade him many fine stallions and a massive stack of rice. Hopefully this won't make him overinvest in his cities. No, he's already ranked 9 here, but yeah. A massive stack of rice.
行吧。
We still have 200, so really not that much rice, I guess. And now Kongrong is basically willing to walk right into it. Beautiful. Yep.
我等心服口服。
Do a Kongrong depletion against Lubu. And yeah, I think doing Lubu like for the Han would be an interesting little thing. Yeah, it's about to pop off, right? Qingui is now a -2.
很高兴见到足下。即便无奈屈从，我等
Could
仍
have
会
got more
团
out
结
of
一
them,
致。
but you know, I never like to take their money when they're about to be my vassal, because we're about to take their money.
我方接受。
Huh.
我方不敢苟同。
Liu Biao rejected the peace, I see. He's like, nah, this one's too far. Well, you know, we've all got our opinions. He's like, no, I know Qingui. That guy, nah, we're not, nah. But now we're up to positive 25k a turn through the addition of 15,000 in tributaries. It's good to be the king. You say when you get vassal works like this, you're like, do you wonder who the real Emperor of China is? Indeed. I mean, look at that already. Yeah, the Kingdom of Song's there, but... That's a strong little frustrating web of dudes here.
好的，请讲。
Qingui held 2,000 a year or whatever to attack you. Yeah, and Yalu heroically held against them. That was you know, I knew if we just gave them time, they would see things our way.
来吧，我们谈谈。
I'm like, you love being a vassal. Who are you kidding? You subservient parasite. You barely need any food to good. Oh yeah, he... Just 9 food? Okay.
宝剑锋从磨砺出。
And of course, he, you know, is mad at Liu Biao for having previously worked for him. So now,
我方同意了。
ooh, the Kingdom of Song now is mad at me too. He's turned to
你
red.
定以为我等皆
But
是
of
渔
course, as
夫？
long as we have a contract against Wu, Song I think can't until it crashes out. I think they can't do anything about it, which is deeply funny.
“欢迎，请坐。”
Physically can't betray you unless he's out with him, yeah. Because it's 16 turns on the contract, and well. So here we're seeing that our vassal is in a bad state here, but they've got a little bit holding on, and of course their beautiful thing there. So we'll be able to send Chengong at the foe there. And of course, since we now have all of the money in the world, we're going to be able to start, you know, spending it on all of our hordes. That's going to be exciting because now that I know that there are faction-wide benefits, my favorite thing. It's just so much good stuff in the web. But anyway. We're the third kingdom, and we get it, it'll be time to drop the daring daredevils. Of course, he's level 6 and we're an emperor, so we're gonna be able to start getting our armies into their form. The brothers are here, you know. Still in the same army, you love to see it.
欢迎，朋友。
Mike, do any of you have awesome family members?
欢迎，朋友。
Oh, we're related to the Yuan clan now. That's right. We're not going to be able to marry anybody. You're lucky we got Dongbai earlier. Hey, it's good to see you. We're about to end the video, but how did we tackle him in the early campaign? Oh, easy. I think we let somebody else kill him. As I recall, we got a contract. Did we originally take a contract with Gongsun Zan against Liu Yu? Was that what we did? Remember a contract with Yuan Shao against Gongsun Zan, but was Liu Yu first, or? But yeah, but I think Yuan Shao did like almost all of the work basically. Because we were really like fighting Gongsun Du and getting stuff arranged over here, and by the time we were over to try to hit Gongsun Zan, you know, he wasn't really doing that hot. But you know, we fought them once or something. We got the lady of the house, but we didn't get the other ones. Liu Yu was first, yeah. But yeah, basically, Yuan Shao was doing well for himself, and we just, you know, waited for the opportune moment. Gongsun Zan's faction's scary, but it's really about having enough archers to counter his cavalry, which can be tricky to get enough quality archers early for that. Yeah, exactly. Korea's more lucrative and easier to take. Because of the bandit economy, essentially every place is just as good as every other place to take. Some places are better, right? You know, you get spear infantry discounts at the lumber yards. Mines give you the sword and shield. You know, tool makers give you 30% faction-wide industry. You know, that's all very good. But fundamentally, what they're really doing is giving you a ton of income, you know, a 150-150 split on most of the things between banditry and either industry or commerce or peasantry. But you know, up around here, Korea is very lucrative for that. And then you end up with a bunch of mines and a bunch of lumber yards, which is going to, you know, decrease the cost of your troops as well. Yeah, pay him food and wait for someone else to kill him. Yeah. And then once they're on the back foot, you swoop in and hit them and try to get Chao Yun. Yeah, they only have 40. The White Horse fellows, the higher rank one, they have 60. But I think the thing that's important about the rebalance is just that Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun aren't as much of terrors, and you can just quite easily counter them with a red cav unit, a general on foot, and some spears. It's not like they're not their final form, right? And like Zhao Yun starts with big AP, but not a lot of regular damage. You know, he doesn't have his cool thing in the middle. You know, you just get in, surround them, dismount your generals, and hit them. They fall down. They're not that scary. Just don't duel them. But his faction unit's real good, you know. But they're shootable, right? They've if you just get some archers and shoot at them, they go down. You just need enough range units to do that, because if you chase them, you're losing. You're not going to catch them. They're a menace. But oh man, it's already 1 o'clock. I gotta shut up. I gotta shut up.
前进！出征数日，今日始归。
Oh, we're gonna be able to, yeah, here we go. And then we grab the toolmaker
释
here.
放怒火，消灭敌军。
Which allows us for the foothold on the river. Very important.
此城甚善，先收下了。
Good stuff. Because it's awesome to have these guys over here, because yeah, he's got good personality too. So, you know, we've got a big arc on the other side of the Kingdom of Song's new lands that he's taken here, right? Full of guys who don't have a lot to do and who do like me, but of course a lot of their armies are going to go down because now they're paying me so much money for, you know, my advice. Basically the assignment's fault. It's okay. I need to go to bed. I'm not tired. I feel very engaged, but I can't be being loud in the middle of the night. That is not proper. It is not proper. But we do an awesome time. I think this is still the king turn, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep, this is still the king turn. So you're new to the 190 expand mod, new villages to infest and work. Isn't it just amazing? Especially Northern tribes. Yeah, I think it must have been one of the first things that I asked whenever I heard of the mod in the first place, was whether or not we had access to him. And oh, the spirit of the dog. Oh, I love her. Look at her. She's got the Zhongzheng model. I love her. I love her. Yeah, I'm not good at using horse archers. I love them abstractly. Like in Age of Empires 2, using the Mongolians and their unique Mangudai unit. That was my idea of a great time, was running around and hit and running my friends and making them scream. But no, the world is so much more alive in this mod. You know, there's so much more going on. Your enemies are all more fearsome, and it's just a beautiful thing, you know, to see how people that really care about something can improve on it. And that's one thing that I love about like video game modding, and why I sort of like resent games where, you know, they don't want to, hey, look at that. Did y'all know I was at war with him? Well, he's gonna become our vassal and pay us. Did y'all know we were at war with him? Must have been a while ago. Say you wish the miners had better go. Things that want to see some on Sun Kingdoms now and then. Yeah, you know, I feel like the kingdoms that get faction, they get family estates, the rich factions, you know, they really do benefit quite greatly from it. You know, Yuan Shao has other problems, like everybody hates him. Oh, we released him. Oops, we're supposed to execute these guys. Oh, granted. Oh, we're supposed to execute those guys. Anyway, the world's going to be annoyed with us for not being mean to the turbans. And we're going to take our gift horse. Getting us something. But just... I've played minor factions that I barely... You know, Wu Jing, I had to look him up. I was like, Wu sounds like he's from Wu. I wonder if he knows the lady. He did, you know. And I'd probably read his name before. But Wu Jing's faction is like my favorite faction. Wu Jing's unique unit is my favorite unique unit. I'm totally crazy about the Wu Engineer. Now I love the bandits, and none of my very favorite characters are in that faction, but until you've played with blasting charges in Three Kingdoms, you don't know how good life can be.
莫要急躁，正在行进。
Could be some interesting battles happening here, potentially. Say it's almost a shame to have the Wu Engineers belong to a faction like Wu Jing and no one else. If I ever figure out how to edit the Bandit network, I'm gonna make a mod. Oh, look at that. That's funny. Yuan Shao isn't that interested in his land here anymore. He is riding up here to the border. Ought we be threatened by this? Jian Wei. Now the game's just picking on me. Dian Wei is now traveling around with Yuan Shao, and the game's just picking on me. So you must rely on cavalry in the vanilla game, and cavalry's overpowered in the mod, which was structurally. Yeah, you know, cavalry's expensive. And that's the real kicker on it. And then cavalry also has counters. How could Wei do this to me? He took off his hat, changed his name. I think he's down here, right? Didn't we see him with Yan Liang? No, we did not. Maybe I haven't seen him in ages. That's Chun Yu Chong. Maybe he's not around. Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought I'd seen him. Yuan should still be with the UV. Okay. Just hanging out somewhere. But there we go. And a lot of our vassals even kind of like us. And there's just like so much of China that you can play the whole playthrough without even going over here. But no, what I love about the mod so much is that it makes all the different color types of troops more relevant. You know, it makes infantry better, makes yellow cav significantly better at doing a job. It makes green troops actually very great at killing cavalry. Archers were always good. Some archers are better than others. The Qin Royal Guard are, well... 89% armor. That's juiced. They're not normally like that. Normally it's slightly less. Yeah. 89% armor. This isn't even their final form. Should be able to get them to like 99% armor. Yeah, they like look at the 50 bonus first cav, and with an AP focus split of 29 and then just 8 to regular damage. You know, you're getting almost all of that AP as that bonus first large. So just amazing. Wants to know that mod changes make them better than the event guards. Yeah, I believe so too. Although, let's see if we can find one to just take a look. Yeah. Yeah, certainly, right? Because they're much less evasive, and the Vanguard Spearmen have almost no ammo, right? That's their problem. And bad range of 90. These guys are taken down to size. But the Vanguard crossbows, that's the more comparable thing. Yes, that's what you meant. But yeah, much less ammo, less range. You know, yeah, just worse. You know, and no bonus for large. So it's like, you know, you take both of those units and put them together in one unit. It's like the Swift Skirmishers, right? Like, they're good at fighting. No, that's not. They're actually a lot like the Swift Skirmishers, right? Because they're quite solid at fighting with good fine weapon stats and very good swing rate. And, you know, they just lack a little evasion. So how much cooler it would be if we had a game for the Asian continent set in the medieval era with warring elephants, small invasions, so much more. So see the potential. Yeah, like Attila, but 1,000 years later. Yeah, I haven't played Attila. I've only really played this one in Warhammer. I have got to shut up. It's 1:20. I should have went to bed an hour ago. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know, we're the Emperor. Next time we will probably take him from there, but you know, we'll is it just the next in line where you get the bonus? Yeah. Okay, yeah. The faction-wide effects are only from the next in line. Does not seem potential. See it with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like too much of a jerk about it, but at this point, maybe it's a good thing. Like, if they came back to it, maybe they just mess it up. From what we have here. But yeah, this is, I mean, I can't possibly praise this mod enough. It just breathes life into the game, and I mean, one could play for many hundreds and hundreds of hours and just scratch the surface of areas and factions to play without even playing all of them, right? You know, It's a really amazing thing. I like how you can take a little guy on the fringe of nowhere and turn him into an emperor, like like how the Ming Dynasty started, right? I'm like, yes, this is my Buddhist monk. Don't worry, one day he will claim the mandate of heaven, and we will all wear slightly different hats. Is Madness working with Chupan yet? I didn't know that it wasn't. Best of my knowledge, he was working normally. But that will do for now. Last time you tried using them, the events never triggered? Huh. Huh. So, oh yeah, I mean, we tested Chupan's madness events and stuff in the beta. This is before he got the tiger, but yes, the events do work. The madness works. They can give you pretty screwy stuff going on, but they his unique. He's got tiger units, right? Tiger handlers, Luke, and then he also has mighty knockback stalk elephants as his unique faction unit. And he rides a tiger. You can see its stripes, but you know he's clean. There's your Dio reference for the Dame. I'm full of them. Not really. I only know a few. Yeah, no, totally crazy. And he starts with 2 of the Ollies and 2 of the Tigers in his retinue. And for my money, you can still lose the battle against some G infantry and 1 archer in that Han place. Yeah, you desperately need some regular infantry, and you do not start with it in your stack. But it's not a bad start. Shijie is at war with you, but he's like doing something else. You can just like walk up. You take the lumber, you go up and hit his city. He never gets there. I don't think he ever gets there. So you can always get it away. And then, you know, it's Nanmen or going up the coastline. And do I have a Discord channel? I do not. I do not. But I'm currently in the 190 expanded channel. I'm a member of that channel, you know. So I was privileged enough to be invited into the beta test for it, and I'm still in the channel. I haven't left or anything, but yeah, no, I don't have one like for myself or anything. But anyway, as I've been saying, I'm going to bed. I really, really am. Apologies to my brother. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I've been having the best time, but yeah, I'll be off tomorrow and the next day, and we'll be playing stuff, and definitely big old chunks of this as well. Probably planning on playing this for a good, 5 to 7 hours tomorrow night. So maybe I will see you guys there, and we'll either figure out what's going on in this campaign or roll it up. It'll depend on what happens, because we could just spring some armies up and go and smash. But yeah, there you go. Good night, Luke. Good night, someone. Sleep well. Keep moving. Oh well, you know me. I don't play this every day necessarily, but I'm always around. I do work full time, but I stream basically every day. So maybe I will see you guys there. Good night.